Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time. Welcome to Perez Sports Network, the best sports on the best network. Today it is the inaugural Rampage Bowl, the championship game of the BWFA, and it is time to end off what has been an incredible inaugural season. The Swift Current Colts are going to get ready to take on SussySZN as we get ready to crown a champion in the Hothead Rampage Bowl. I'm your head commentator, Nick the Rabbit with Perez Sports Network, and it's championship time. Let's get into it. The Swift Current Colts taking on SussySZN, the playoff path to get here. The Swift Current Colts had to take down the Bronx Spartans and the Brooklyn Bandits to get here. Two very tough teams, but that was kind of the whole path to get here in that conference. The SussySZN had to beat the VV Vikings and the Quebec Bleu et Or in the conference championship to get here, and that was it was a little bit disappointing that Quebec could not get the conference championship. It would have been awesome to see an all-Canadian Rampage Bowl, but we're going to get ready to go here from the neutral site here. It's the BWFA Rampage Bowl on Perez Sports Network. And the kickoff, and we are underway. The Swift Current Colts back to return. Caden Bergeron with it. He'll run to the near side, 10, and he'll spit out of it. He's got big room. He'll get to the 20. And the Swift Current Colts in the big stage here. They took over for Bishop Sycamore and have since turned the franchise's fortunes around. It's a fumble. Nelson Bond will pick up the fumble. And a horrible start to the game for the Colts. James Brewster back to pass. He'll throw it over to Trevon Lawson. He'll break to the 10, and he is brought down for a pickup of 19. Swift Current going to have to make a big defensive stop here. James Brewster back to pass. He'll throw it way over the middle. That is going to be incomplete with two men on him. Good defensive hold there by Swift Current. Brewster back to throw again. He'll go to the far side this time, and Rob Brand will be there. Touchdown, SussySZN. And a lot of the players on this team over 100 overall. So this is going to be interesting to see how Swift Current can go. But they've gone up against teams a lot better than them, at least 60, 70 overall, better than them. They beat a lot of teams as 30 overalls earlier on in the season. Trevor Hansborough out to the 20-yard line. He'll get stopped. 1st and 10 on their second drive. They fumbled around this part of the field last time. Lawrence LeVay gets it up to Dylan McKenzie. He'll get stopped for a loss. Colts will try it again. LeVay back to throw. He gets sacked, and the offensive line doesn't even try. LeVay will try again. The offensive line will hold. He'll sling it downfield and overthrows his man. And that'll bring up a 4th and 19 for Swift Current. Sung Jin Kim, who set the BWFA record field goal. Maurice Clark will have it on the far side. He's going to get rocked at the 40-yard line, an 11-yard return. Brewster throws to the far side, and a big hit there to the 44-yard line. 2nd down, SussySZN. Brewster will hand it off, and what the heck was that? 2-yard loss of the defensive line with a big stop. Brewster looking downfield. He'll throw, and it'll be a 1st down for Maurice Clark. 14-yard pickup on the play, 1st down. And we knew that this was going to be a tall order for Swift Current to get this championship here, and they'll spin out of it. Trevon Lawson to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, SussySZN. Trevon Lawson with a 44-yard run, and Swift Current is trailing by 2. A big game here for Swift Current, the biggest of their franchise's young history. And so far, it's not working out very well. Trevor Hansborough back to return. He'll get to the 10, and he's going to get stuffed at about the 13. Swift Current with their 3rd offensive possession. Here comes Dylan McKenzie, a 1-yard loss on the play as he tries to run to the outside. Should be the last play of the first quarter. LeVay throws over to Fisher Nittig. He's going to get a 1st down and more to the 30, and he'll get stopped at about the 31-yard line. At the end of the first quarter, Swift Current trails 14-0. Game's not lost yet. Lawrence LeVay drops back to throw, gets it over to Owen Konovalchuk, and that's going to be a 4-yard pickup on the play for a 2nd and 6. Lawrence LeVay slings over to Fisher Nittig. It looks like the Swift Current Colts are starting to figure out that they're going to have to get the ball off a lot quicker if they want a shot at winning this game. LeVay looks to the far side and overthrows his man. Just a lot of mistakes being made that we haven't seen much this season. The punt, and we are going to get this one to the near side. It looks like Maurice Clark is going to be back there. He's going to get brought down at the 8. Let's see if Swift Current's defense can hold here. They've let in touchdowns the last couple of possessions. Here comes Franklin Biden with it. He'll get up the middle for a 1-yard loss. The D-line is doing their job. Credit to them. James Brewster with it over the middle to Maurice Clark for a 1st down. James Brewster back to throw, slings it to the near side. Rob Brand, he connects with him, and the tackle for the 24-yard gain. They haven't spun out of a lot of tackles today. That's a good thing for Swift Current. Their defense is wrapping up and making those tackles. Maurice Clark with a 1st down and an 11-yard pickup. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter of the Rampage Bowl. Over the middle, it's Rob Brand, and up to the 20-yard line. This is looking like Eagles versus Chiefs right now. It's not even close. Oddly enough, Swift Current with the Chiefs red. Trevon Lawson with the catch to the near side, a pickup of 4 on the play. It looked more like 4.5. James Brewster slings it to the far side. DeAndre Westbrook spins out of it, and he should get there. Touchdown, SussySZN. DeAndre Westbrook with the touchdown. His first receiving TD of the day. James Brewster's going to kick this one through. It's up and it's in, 21-0. Three minutes to go. Back to return is Caden Bergeron. Bergeron to the far side. He's going to get taken down. A 2-minute warning here on the 7-yard return. They're going to get set for their 4th offensive drive. They've scored on every drive so far. Or check that. That's not the right team. Lawrence LeVay getting sacked there for a loss of 6. LeVay's going to try again. He'll get dropped again, and the offensive line is doing just nothing at all to protect their quarterback. LeVay drops back 3 sacks in a row. It's the Cincinnati Bengals effect all over again here. 4th and 28. Sung Jin Kim has got a boot, but that one's probably not going to go too much further. Maurice Clark dropped at the 45-yard line for an 8-yard pickup on the return. Should be the last play of the half. James Brewster up to Trevon Lawson. He'll run out. He'll bounce to the right side. He'll get stopped for a 5-yard pickup. SussySZN going into the locker room, 21-0. Well, after a nice little halftime performance by Taylor Swift, we're back underway. Rob Brand is going to get the return. And 6-yard return on the play here. SussySZN set to get this one started here in the second half as Swift Current received the ball to start the game. Over the middle to DeAndre Westbrook. He is stopped just short of the 1st down. 2nd and inches coming up. Swift Current has not scored a single point in this game yet. Trevon Lawson bounces outside. He's going to get a 1st down and a whole lot more. He's got daylight. Shakes one tackle, but he won't shake the second. And it'll be a 1st down for SussySZN. James Brewster back to throw. He'll look to the far side, and Rob Brand is there, 1st down. And Swift Current appears to have finally met a team that they just can't seem to beat here. 21-0. James Brewster over the middle, and they'll make it 27-0 as Rob Brand will get another reception for a touchdown. Can't tell you how many times we've said that name tonight. James Brewster, kick is up, and it is in. 28-0. This game is pretty much all but over. SussySZN looking to get the inaugural Rampage Bowl title. Swift Current, though, coming in with a conference championship so they can at least hang their head high on that. Lawrence LeVay looking for a pass. That is a 6-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 16. LeVay drops back to throw. He's going to spin out of 1, spins out of 2. Won't go out of the 3rd, though. It'll be a 1-yard gain. I think Lawrence LeVay actually had a rushing touchdown in the win earlier this season. Dylan McKenzie Bounces to the outside. It'll be a 1-yard gain, and 4th and 14 will come up. This offense has just not been able to do anything today. Sungjin Kim with the kick up toward the 40-yard line. Maurice Clark, and he'll get hammered at about the 46-yard line. 4:38 to go in the third quarter, and I'm wishing this game would end already. James Brewster, far side. Rob Brand with the catch. It's a 20-yard pickup for the first down. Brewster back to throw again. Slings it over the middle, and Jesse Mongeau is going to get the interception. Could that be the spark that the Swift Current Colts needed? LeVay looking to throw. Spins out of 1, spins out of 2. Won't get out of the third. Actually, he tried to throw it to the ground there. It'll be incomplete. LeVay gets another opportunity. He'll throw it over the middle and off the helmet of one of the SussySZN defenders. Lawrence LeVay looking, throws over the middle and overthrows his man. That's the third time he's done that today, and that would have been a surefire, maybe not a first down, or maybe not a touchdown, but would have been a big play. And Sungjin Kim has just been the MVP today. That is going to end the third quarter. We're heading into the fourth. 28-0 SussySZN. 15 more minutes to declare a champion here in the BWFA. Brewster back to throw, and he is going to throw it up to Maurice Clark, who will, of course, get the reception. He is stopped at the 50-yard line. First down, SussySZN. Brewster back to throw. Over the middle to Maurice Clark. It'll be a 7-yard pickup. Brewster back to throw. Looks middle, Rob Brand. And it'll be a first down. 10 yards from the red zone here. Brewster back to throw. Gets it up to DeAndre Westbrook. He already has one receiving touchdown today. And it'll be a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 here with 9 minutes to go. Brewster back to throw. Hands it off to Trevon Lawson. And he spun out of 1, but he'll get stopped at about the 12. 8 minutes to go. SussySZN trying to get at least one more touchdown. Trevon Lawson again up the middle this time and stopped with an 8-yard pickup. He'll get stopped at about the 5. About 4 3/4, I guess. 6 minutes to go. Brewster to the right side. DeAndre Westbrook spins, and it's in. Touchdown, SussySZN. Woo! Brewster with the hold, and it's up, and it is in. Good Lord. 35-0. We've seen some blowouts in the BWFA this season, but I don't think we've seen anything quite like this. Hansbrough looking to the near side and just, he spins out of 2, spins out of 3, and out of bounds. He'll ballerina his way to the sideline. Swift Current Colts again. Lawrence LeVay back to throw, slings it to the near side, and ricochets off the helmet. Just the receivers have not been helping their quarterback at all today. Lawrence LeVay looking for another throw over the middle. Trevor Hansbrough, he'll spin. He'll spin out of another to the 50, and he'll get to the 45. Swift Current trying to get at least one touchdown here in the championship game. Lawrence LeVay back to throw, spins out of a couple of sacks, but he'll get dropped at about the 48-yard line, 2nd and 12. LeVay back to throw. Really, and Fisher Nittig unable to haul it in. 3rd and 12 here. Lawrence LeVay throws it to the near side, and again, receiver with stone hands here. Looks like Swift Current's got a case of the Kadarius Tonys today. Here comes Lawrence LeVay. Spins out of 2, spins out of 3. He's going to run. He'll take it himself at an 8-yard pickup. It'll be a turnover on downs, unfortunately. Not looking like they're going to be in victory formation just yet. Trevon Lawson up the gut. He'll spin out of 1, and goodbye. Yeah, he's gone. He's got blockers to the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. See you later. Touchdown, Trevon Lawson. 60-yard run for the touchdown. Jesus Christ. And that's going to do it. The kick is up, and it's good. And SussySZN are your Season 1 BWFA Rampage Bowl champions. Well, you want to talk about getting scammed out of the price you pay for the tickets. 42-0. That is one of the worst games of football I've ever seen in my life. And I am so glad that this is over. SussySZN's going to win the Rampage Bowl 42-0. It is Super Bowl 48 with the Seahawks and Broncos all over again. At least the Broncos were able to score a touchdown in that game. And that is going to conclude our coverage of the BWFA on PSN. It's been a great season. Hopefully season 2 will be better, and hopefully the championship game won't be direct like this. 42-0 the final score. Let's take a look at your stats before we finish off here. -4 rushing yards for the Swift Current Colts, 24 passing yards for the Swift Current Colts. The New York Jets could do better than that. 105 total yards of offense. I guess maybe that's not all bad, but 441 total yards of offense. For reference, that means that SussySZN basically ran down and back from goal line to goal line twice. SussySZN got 12 first downs, 7 sacks because the offensive line doesn't know how to block apparently, and time of possession 34 minutes and 10 seconds. So 3 turnovers as well for Swift Current. One of them was two of them were one of them was an interception, one of them was a fumble, and one of them was a turnover on downs. So you can basically say just how bad that this team was today. I think they partied a little bit too much after the conference championship. So. Or maybe that's just how paper soft the conference is. That being said, thank you so much for tuning in here on Perez Sports Network. It's been a pleasure having you, and until next time, have a good one. I don't know what else to say. Goodbye.